to do that dry docking and starting to plan for it. And so there doesn't appear to be any North American shipyards that can handle it, and so, but there are several in Europe, and I think that the team that works on that is evaluating presently. So if that ends up being that way, the Oasis would come back to Europe for a dry dock. I think that Marseille is one of the places that's under consideration. And and also, I read in the newspaper that Finland is trying to negotiate with us about building a third Oasis, and I suppose if they make an offer we can't refuse, we would do it. But but that would be some years off, and there's no consideration yet where the ship would operate. But but it is amazing how time passes that it is due for a dry dock in a couple of years.
Okay, thank you. And then I noted also your remarks about congestion, particularly in Italian ports. I don't know if you'd like to say anything more about that, or if there are any, for example, any sort of new models that could somehow kickstart a higher level of investment in Italian ports, if that's what you're suggesting.
I am on the panel tomorrow, which is actually talking specifically about ports, but a couple of highlights, I guess, from that topic. Naples is completely full, and there's many days of the week now where Naples is actually turning ships away. And there's anybody's familiar with the port, it's impossible to grow. It's confined by the definition of Naples town, and we sometimes have a cruise ship at every cargo dock in Naples. So that's it. Civitavecchia, we have huge challenges for growth, and that's probably the core port in Italy. And while we've been able to shoehorn ships in there, kind of fortunately, luckily, it's grown from about 600,000 when we got involved about 7 years ago in a joint venture with MSC and Costa, that this year it's going to be 2.5 million. And so Civitavecchia has grown tremendously, and there's really been no new infrastructure in this period, so this will be a challenge. Livorno has become a huge congestion point for the whole industry. I think there's actually, it's almost starting to be ill will between the Livorno port and the cruise industry in terms of their policies and how to get the ships in. And we've taken the initiative in a couple places. We've been working in Ravenna port, which is now working as a home port, an alternative to Venice. And we've been working on some other Italian ports as well. So Italy is blessed with a long coastline and a lot of harbors, so it'll start to evolve. I think that there'll be some secondary ports that will increase in importance just because of the congestion in the marquee ports.
Thank you very much. Anybody else like to chip in or comment at this point?